So, we just got massive informations about the upcoming banners in version 5.6, and I know many of you are eager to find out what characters will be making their debut and who's getting a rerun. If you've been waiting for a new 5-star or hoping for your favorite character to come back, then you're in for a treat. In this video, we'll break down the almost confirmed banner lineup, talk about the new characters, and explore some of the possibilities for both the first and second phases of version 5.6. There's a lot to get excited about, and I'm here to give you all the details you need to prepare for these upcoming banners. Let's start with the star of the show, the long-awaited new character Escoffier. This character has been teased for a while, and many players have been speculating about what role she might fill. Now that we know more, it's safe to say that Escoffier will be one of the most highly anticipated characters of version 5.6. As expected, she's a cryo character and will be wielding a pole arm, which fits perfectly with her chef-themed design. Escoffier has a really elegant and clean design. She's wearing a white chef outfit with gold and pink details, and you can tell right away she's from Fontaine. Her long blonde hair flows behind her, and she's holding an icy knife. Escoffier's kit, as we've seen from the leaks, revolves around reducing the cryo and hydro resistance of enemies by a juicy 55% when certain conditions are met, which makes her a powerful support character for freeze teams. Her normal attacks are quite standard for polearm users, but her elemental skill showcases her as a chef using the full-spectrum multitasking culinary mechanism. When tapped, it activates low-temperature refrigeration mode, dealing AoE cryo damage to enemies nearby. When held, Escoffier switches to improvised cooking mode, where her attacks focus more on high-damage single-target cryo hits. Her elemental burst, appropriately titled Culinary Creation, is an AoE cryo burst that deals significant cryo damage to all enemies in the area and restores HP to all nearby party members. The healing amount is based on her attack, adding a bit of sustain to her kit. This makes her both an offensive and supportive character, perfect for teams relying on survivability. With her first Ascension talent, her Elemental Burst grants her therapeutic cuisine for 9 seconds, periodically restoring HP to the active character. Her second Ascension talent, she can lower the cryo and hydro resistance of affected enemies by up to 55%, which is a game changer for freeze teams. Now let's take a closer look at Escoffier's signature weapon, which is shaping up to be one of the most unique polearms we've seen so far. This 5-star weapon boasts an impressive base attack of 608 and 66.2% critical damage as its substat, which already makes it appealing for any cryo DPS or support unit that scales with crit stats. But what really sets it apart is the passive effect. The weapon increases the user's attack by 12% outright. And if the character is off-field, that same 12% attack boost still applies, meaning it's tailored for characters who swap in and out frequently. It's kinda weirdly described, but I think when the character equipped with this polearm receives healing, and other characters in the party receive healing, they gain the very owed effect, increasing their attack by an additional 32% for 3 seconds. However, this effect only triggers when the character is off-field, again reinforcing its design for quick swap or sub-DPS playstyles. I could be wrong though. Let me know in the comments. Moving on, we also have some exciting news about the other 5-star characters coming in version 5.6. One of the other characters that will be rerunning is Kinich, a character who has been on many players' rerun radar for a while. For those who don't know him yet, he is one of the strongest Dendro DPSs in the game right now and has a really outstanding and funny playstyle. I can really recommend him to you if you are considering to pull a Dendro DPS. Alongside him, we'll see Navia, who will be rerunning in 5.6 as well. And finally, we've got something that many players have been waiting for, the return of Raiden Shogun. Raiden is still one of the most powerful characters in the game, and many players have been eagerly awaiting her rerun. She's a versatile unit who excels in both support and damage dealing, and her return will no doubt cause a lot of excitement. If you missed her last banners or you're hoping to pull her again, now is your chance. As for the 4-star characters in these banners, things are still a bit unclear. However, one thing we can confirm is that a brand new 4-star character named Ifa will be joining the lineup. Ifa's design is super energetic and fun. He's wearing a white coat with green and orange patterns and has a bit of a medic or scientist style. He's flying in the air with his little pink buddy, Kukuku. He looks like a fast and agile character, and his pose shows a lot of personality. In my opinion, he looks like a really unique character with a fun and fresh vibe. Ifa is a catalyst user, but there's still some speculation that his weapon type could change, so we'll have to wait for further confirmation. His kit is a mix of mobility, anemo support, and healing utility. His elemental skill, airborne disease prevention, lets him enter a Night Cell's blessing state, gaining points that fuel different attacks depending on whether you tap or hold the skill. Holding it allows him to hover in midair, with a unique plunge mechanic that's part of his core play style. His elemental burst, compound sedation field, launches a sedative that explodes and pulls enemies in, dealing AoE anemo damage. Ifa's talents enhance swirl and electrocharge damage, and he can even heal allies in Natlan when their HP is under 40%, scaling with elemental mastery. Overall, he seems like a highly flexible anemo unit with strong off-field potential and supportive tools. In terms of phases, it's still not fully confirmed which characters will be in which phase, but based on the patterns we've seen in the past, we can safely assume that Escoffier will be in the first phase. This is typically the case for new characters, and with her being a major part of version 5.6's updates, it makes sense that she'll get her first run early on. As for Kinich, Navia, and Raiden, we'll have to wait for more information on how they'll be split up across the phases. If you're planning to pull for Skirk, who is very likely to arrive in version 5.7, Escoffier might actually be the perfect setup character to grab ahead of time. Her cryo-resistance shred and hydro synergy can create the ideal environment for Skirk to thrive as a high-frequency cryo DPS. By reducing enemy resistance and enabling consistent freeze reactions, Escoffier allows Skirk to reach her full damage potential. Because of this strong synergy, many players may prioritize pulling Escoffier now in 5.6, even though Kinich, Navia, and Raiden are also featured. While those reruns are undeniably great, Escoffier just happens to be a better match for what's coming next, especially if you're already prepping a team for Skirk. But as always with Genshin Impact, things can change quickly. This information is all based on leaks and speculation, so it's important to approach it with caution. The developers may adjust the banner lineup or even tweak the character's abilities before the official release. We'll have to wait for more official announcements from Hoyoverse to get a clearer picture of what the final banner lineups will look like. So, while we can make educated guesses based on what we've seen so far, there could be changes once the banners are officially revealed. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know in the comments which character you're most excited about pulling in version 5.6. Are you planning to pull for Escoffier, or are you hoping to get your hands on Kinich, Navia, or Raiden? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future leaks and updates about the upcoming banners and characters. See you in the next video.